What looks like a television news production is, in fact, intended to be broadcast over the internet. It's a book reading by an author.
Lothar antwortete ein Taxi.
Lothar replied, "One taxi, and you'll take it. I've got to find my car and take a nap in it."
Instead of a live audience, there's a camera. It's a unique challenge for the author.
Das interaktive Moment, dass man merkt,
Interaction with the audience is missing. There's no moment when you think, oh, they're getting impatient, or I'm too long, or they want some more. You shouldn't pretend as if an audience is there. You should just take it as it is. It's like being in an isolated laboratory, and it's very focused. It's almost like an ideal reading, without the shuffling feet, without the espresso machine in the background.
Nothing's changed. You take 2 pale slices of toast from a bag.
This is the German literature portal 10seiten.de. It's simple, elegant, and in black and white. It has readings by Benjamin Lebert, Verena Rosbacher, and Rafik Shami.
Camuel entered Sven's life in 1970. Crept in, my mother said, and frowned, which no one does better than she.
The people behind 10seiten.de are a sound engineer, a bookseller, and a band manager. They run the website in parallel with their day jobs. Their goal is to make German literature easily accessible, straight from the horse's mouth.
How do I find a book online without someone giving me their subjective opinion, and without me being totally reliant on what other people say about the book? Most of them are critics, but they're not real critics. They're private individuals with private collections. That's how the idea emerged. Who can present a book better than the person who wrote it?
The people who run the website are from the music scene. They convert the recordings into an online format without editing the material. Just like a video clip, the books and their authors are presented in an aesthetic manner.
It's interesting because you discover their relationship to their text. Is it distanced? Do they submerge themselves in it? Is their goal to make the audience forget that what they're reading is something static, a text? Are they reading in the spirit of the moment? I, for example, like to have some distance to my own writing.
Author Stefanie Geiger is a fan of online readings. She's found a new audience thanks to 10seiten.de. Young people in particular take a completely new approach to contemporary writers.
I think it's wonderful there's a platform other than publishers that gives writers the opportunity to appear in public and speak. They can speak to and address a larger audience from a platform that is impartial and not connected with the commercial aspect of writing. The audience is one that probably wouldn't go to a reading.
The standard path for disseminating literature is through a publisher. And 10seiten.de is really the first convincing way of doing it online. That's why many publishing houses are trying to get their authors onto the website.
I believe it's going to keep on growing. I also think more publishers are going to think how good it would be if their writers and their new books were on the website. It's one of the many forums where you think it's important to be there.
One of Germany's biggest weekly publications is now also hoping to work with 10seiten.de. The idea of authors presenting their own work is catching on fast.
It's about spreading literature. It's about making people inquisitive about literature, about a book, about the people who are behind the book, and their relationship to their writing. So actually, it's an advertisement for literature itself.
Wiederholt hielten die beiden an.
They both stood still again and watched their reflection in a darkened shop window by the light of a street lamp. They looked like a couple, they thought, like man and wife.
Am vierten oder fünften Taxistand
At the fourth or fifth taxi, facing the opera house, and shortly before the break of dawn, they exchange telephone numbers.
Telefonnummern aus.